What are the things you like to do? Do you like to go to concerts where music moves you? Do you like to put your headphones on and just walk and listen? Do you like to go to comedy clubs, or do you like to walk through gardens? Do you like to be with children? What are the things that ring your bells the most? Because when you think of the things, those instances in life, those high points, you were standing at the top of a mountain, maybe you climbed up it for a little while, maybe it took you an hour, maybe it took you 2 hours, maybe it took you a few days, but when you climbed up there and looked over that edge and saw what you saw and felt that exhilaration, have you ever done that, or have you just seen the movie? Well, in either case, when you feel that exhilaration, when you feel those high peak moments, we want you to understand that that is the way you intended to live, moment by moment, hour by hour, day by day, in this physical life experience. You didn't plan on coming and just sort of grinding it out and occasionally carving out a day off where you could go do something fun. That was not your plan. It was your plan to be so presently focused in the variety that surrounds you, that the variety would inspire you to clarity of desire. And it was your intention to guide your attention appreciatively upon the new ideas that were born within you continually, in order to allow the full point of view from the full source within you to be present in your moment with you. Not just an occasional peak moment, but a constant peak moment of blending and alignment. You use words like clarity. Do you know what clarity is? Clarity is source thinking with you and you knowing the thought of source. That's clarity. Do you know what humor is? It's you enjoying the spontaneousness of the moment and source enjoying it with you, and you being so on the wavelength of it that the depth and breadth of this insight is so significant that the wholeness of who you are is having the moment in time. You know how when you feel rhythm to music, it's not just you in your rhythmic dance, it's you allowing that broader perspective to dance and revel in the deliciousness of this moment in time. You are source energy in physical bodies. And it was your intention when you came forth to allow a fullness of that source energy to be peaked and focused in most of your moments, not just occasionally when you were so tired that you had to sleep, or when you had managed to accomplish something that made you finally focus with some sort of appreciation upon yourself. Life is supposed to be really fun for you. Fun and clear and expansive and exciting and interesting. That's what your plan was when you came. And that's what many of you are discovering as you are moving through your day-to-day experiences. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. It is our promise that we will drive the subject of the grid into the deep recesses of your brain. No, it never works that way. It never works that way. But we will talk about the grid a lot because it is our newest way of helping you to understand what your point of attraction is. It's our newest way of helping you to understand that if, with a little bit of effort, you will define and practice the vibrational frequencies of well-being, that circumstances and events and thoughts and rendezvous will move in quickly to fill in the grid. We want you to understand that everything that you see around you is just filled in grid. It's just filled in vibrational basis. And that when you understand that in every moment, it only takes 17 seconds to establish a grid that is powerful enough to bring you some evidence of it. And once you stay there for another 17 and another 17 and another 17 until you've managed a grid that has not been distracted for as little as 68 seconds, now physical evidence must show itself to you. It's law. So once you get the concept of the grid, and once you accept your ability to understand it and to utilize it, you'll be off and running with new vigor. You'll be like those little ones you see running from place to place in the discovery of new life. Because even though many of you have been here for a while, you're a young crowd. even though you've been here for a while, you have barely scratched the surface of the discovery of you in your time-space reality. You've barely scratched the surface. You've done enough step wanting, enough asking to keep yourself busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes. Really, really. Your vortex is compressed. Your vortex is so full of places, people, things, experiences that you have not cashed in yet. It's starting to wobble just a little bit. There's never any of that. But it's time for you to start consciously allowing the details of your delicious life to surprise and delight you all day, every day, not just on Saturday. What do you want to talk about? Oh, we want to convey to you that you have this non-physical contingency of interested parties in your well-being who are constantly, with forethought and foresight, acknowledging and therefore possibly influencing you to good moves and steps in the direction of what you are wanting. We want you to know that when you practice the vibrational vicinity of who you really are, that you have access to more of what you would call insight. If you're talking about the beasts of your planets, you call it instinct. But what it really is that all day, every day, for as long as you have been in this physical body, you've been sifting and sorting and defining what you want, and you've been sending these precise, specific rockets of desire into what we've been calling your vibrational vortex. We've been calling it a vortex, which is a vibrational holding place for all expansion that you've discovered along your way. And so the source within you, and we are including your inner being and those dearly departed who know of you, who are interested in what you are doing, this cadre of non-physical interest and love and attention that is focused upon you, knows who you are in terms of what you've become, what's in your vortex, and all the things that you lived in order to put it there, and most important, where you stand right now in any moment in vibrational proximity to it. In other words, in maybe easier to understand words, we know where you are in relationship to what you want. We know what you want and where you are in relationship to what you want. We know what the path of least resistance is to lead you from where you are to what you are wanting. And we are always aware of where you stand in relationship to it, and always giving you loving guidance in the form of influence or clues, sometimes so vivid that it just knocks us over that you miss it. Vivid, clear clues, path of least resistance guidance to help you to get from where you are to where you want to be on every subject that is important to you, all day, every day, no exception. And that's what we call the art of allowing. You preparing yourself vibrationally so that you don't miss the clues, because they're there all day. Esther saw something deeply disturbing on one level last night. She saw a picture of one of the members of their Abraham Road team in a shopping cart, and another member pushing that person through a parking lot. It looked like it was in the middle of the night because there was no one else around. And she knows there was at least one other member present because someone took the picture. And she knows with every fiber of her being the inappropriate fun they were having. She doesn't know what happened to the shopping cart. She doesn't know where they stole the shopping cart from. She doesn't know who else knows about the incident. But she knows for sure it was fun. It was crazy fun. It was illogical fun. It was inappropriate fun. But it was fun, really fun, really fun. So she'll use that for her touchstone for a while because it was shockingly emblazoned into her brain when she saw the picture. And then another image of fun comes, and another, and another, and another. Are you getting the sense of what? Have any of you had fun lately? Yes. Are you having any fun? Yes. So you have images on your cameras too, yes, of fun? Capturing moments, not posed moments, not moments when everyone lines up and stands just the way somebody thinks they should. Those impromptu moments where you really hope nobody has a camera. Those moments when you're having such fun that fun is taking over your moment. The feeling of fun has taken over your moment, where nothing matters other than the fun that you're having, and everything else fades away because the vibration of fun is so vivid within you that it becomes your point of attraction. Have you ever been in an environment like that other than when you were drunk? Have you ever been in an environment like that when there were others around and everyone then begins contributing to the fun? The fun just keeps flowing from all corners of the universe until total strangers are engaging with you in your fun. Until people who haven't had fun in a long time, but who want it, are swept up in your fun. You see what we're getting at? Now, something has happened just now as you have politely listened to our rampage about fun. And we were pointing out that all it took was focusing upon a subject, focusing upon a few letters on a page, focusing upon the idea of it, and then more comes and more comes and more comes and more comes and more comes, until 17 seconds of attention to a subject will get an activation going in a strong enough way that another 17 seconds is likely, and then another, and then another. If you can cross the 68-second mark, which we did about 10 minutes ago, if you can cross the 68-second mark, what happens to you is now manifestations must begin filling in. After the 68-second mark, it's more than an idea. It's more than another idea and another idea. Then it becomes something where the potential of others engaging with you is very, very strong. If you are going through the day and you are fixated on things like fun or something like love, love is a little more heavy duty than fun, but you can accomplish it, some of you, quickly anyway. Appreciation is something that's quite easy to accomplish as you fixate on it. As you find these words, these emotions, and you set out with a determination to stir the feeling of them within you, what you're actually doing is using something that's easy to come by as your focal point in order to engender a vibration that then becomes, for now at least, a dominant part of your grid. So there's a grid about this and a grid about that and a grid about this, a grid regarding this person, a grid regarding this person. So we want you to picture this core grid within you. And we want you to think about other pieces that come in that go da-da-da-da-da-da, that just take you right in alignment, right to who you are. So that your point of attraction is so powerful that, as we said, heaven and earth are moved. Things and people around you are inspired to play with you in the vibrational patterning that you have established. But if you are doing sloppy grid work so that you're not deliberately causing a vibration that lines you up with your core, then what happens is whatever piled on last becomes the dominant one. Whatever piled upon last is the vibrational point of traction. Haven't you noticed it? Can you focus on anything that it doesn't fill in? Can you give your attention to anything wanted or unwanted that it doesn't begin to fill in right away with things that are a vibrational match to it? You can't. We know you can't because we know the power of law of attraction. But where your power is, you cannot control law of attraction's response to your vibration because it's consistent and it's fair and it's vivid, it's crystal clear, and it's always accurate every single time. You can't control law of attraction. You can't say, time out. You can't say, I want a do-over. Well, you can say, I want a do-over because you can set a different grid into motion every 17 seconds. But you can't say, I take that back. All you can do is no longer spew it again. Some years ago, we were offering an analogy that it's like you're moving through time and you're spewing this red, inky, misty stuff out there.